All right, doing the walk of shame. I don't know what it is. I have the worst luck on the face of the earth with small blocks.
So this was the outcome of what actually happened to this engine when we were doing our flyby.
5 engines in 1 year's time.
Based on my trajectory, you're gonna miss that pan completely.
No.
Oh. God.
That was easy.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Have you ever put oil in this car?
Nope.
It actually has flat tops in it. Hey, nice hat. Nice hat, where'd you get it?
I got it from D-Craig. Oh God, I'm fucking spilling.
Alright guys, doing a little bit of shop reorganization here. You can see I got a banner now, it's pretty sweet. So I actually have some sort of stuff on the wall. Still trying to figure out what to do with this like 20 by 50 blank wall that I got here. I think I might throw some more Black Widow banners and other stuff that we got on that wall. But happy to say,
we're finally gonna start bringing the F100 back into the mix. And I know a ton of you guys have been wondering what's been going on with this thing. I'll kind of start to explain that in this video and actually start going into the engine that we're gonna be putting in together for this thing. So it's finally coming back, baby. Cannot wait. So let's get into it. So we've been stacking up boxes and boxes and boxes of parts. These are all engine related parts specifically for this thing. There's a bunch more on top of my office, as well as the block is right here. And then on top of this right here, these are the pistons. So we do have brand new Race Tech pistons for this thing. So tons of stuff, all the big heavy, I guess, stuff like a piston rods, crank, all that stuff. It's finally in, so we're ready to start putting this thing together. I'll kind of go over the setup a little bit. So this is the Mexican block 302 that I put together for this thing. It's hiding in its little trash bag, but there's nothing really wrong with this. So you can see there's still, you know, cross hatching in the cylinders and everything else. Like there was nothing ever wrong with the block itself. The only thing that actually happened to this engine, if you guys remember in the Black Widow video, was it went lean in cylinder number 1 and it actually melted down a piston. So you can see like the crank's still in it. I can still spin it with one hand. It's perfectly fine. There's nothing actually wrong there. So if I walk over here to my shelf, I can grab my piston, which is broken. So this was the outcome of what actually happened to this engine when we were doing our flyby. So it went lean in a cylinder. Cylinder got so hot, it melted the corner of this piston off and broke it and kind of banged it around the cylinder a little bit. So you can actually see where the closed chamber part of the head hammered this thing a little bit. So this is the outcome of what happens when you run your engine lean. So I guess they say lean is mean, and this is what happens. But this is not due to too tight of a ring gap. I had like a 20, gosh, I want to say 20, I think it was 24,000 ring gap or something like that. I can't remember, but it was a lot bigger than it needed to be, and it was still fine. So this was perfectly fine. It had nothing to do with the ring gap specifically. This was a cylinder temperature related issue. And ultimately, because this is a hyper-eutectic aluminum piston, it's very weak. And I think if I had a forged piston, it would not have done this. But that is not a good enough excuse for me running this thing lean. That shouldn't have happened. It was a tuning issue on my part, and coming this time around, we are putting an AFR gauge in this thing, a much bigger carburetor, because it definitely needed it. So we're not cheaping out, we're doing everything right this time. So this thing is going to come apart though, however, because we do need to hone the block. Otherwise, when we do go ahead and put our new pistons and rings and everything in it, the rings will not seat because we need to put cross hatching back in it to seat the new rings. Previously, the rings had already been broken in, the cylinder's already smoothed out. It's not going to re-break in rings if there's no cross hatching in the cylinder. So there is some, but it's too smooth. So we need to go ahead and kind of rough up the cylinder a little bit. Just give it a light hone, just enough to where when we put rings in it, it'll seat it again, and we should be good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and take the crank out of it, because the crank's probably going to have to come apart to get balanced. We're gonna have to hang the block by the mains and the hone. I'm gonna go and flip this thing over, pull those out, and get this thing loaded up in the truck. All right guys, a couple things have changed in the shop since the last time we picked up. So this car, mostly back together, seems to work. Okay, cool, leave it. Full restock on the Foxby stuff. So at the time of you watching this, we'll have a full restock on all of the stuff. As of a little while ago, this is all that we had left. We just had a couple t-shirts, just some 3X, one small hoodie, one medium, and I think there's like one double, yeah, there's just double X and triple X, so that was it. So I did a full restock. We also went up to an 8-inch on the smaller one. A lot of guys like this decal. This one sold out pretty quick. I think there was like literally like 5 left. So I restocked every single decal. On the F100 one, that one's back in stock, so if you want a little 3-incher in my truck, that one's there. The standard 6-inch, we do still have a bunch of the 10-inch. We have the 6-inch palm tree one, and then an 8-inch palm tree one. And then I revamped pricing on all this stuff. So all the prices are updated. Everything's on the site. Go check it out now. And do not sleep on this one. Last time a lot of people slept, and they came in my DMs crying that the stuff was out of stock and asked if I was going to restock it. Here is your chance. I do not think I will restock this again. So head over to 909speedcompany.com. Grab yourself some Fox Body apparel, because I do not think it will come back. So make sure to grab it. Bing, bing. Alright, so we're switching out blocks, because I can't speak this morning, because it's before 12 o'clock. So this is the 8,000 RPM 302 that I built. Yeah, fully internally balanced, fully forged, fully studded, fully deburred, everything. It's been sitting in my garage, so I might as well do something with it. So I'm gonna actually seal it up, finish it, put it on a stand, save it for a rainy day. If this one gives me issues, I'm using that one. Let's put it that way.
Floor it.
Floor it.
Floor it.
An engine hoister for weenies, so we're just gonna pick it up and hot rod it. Heavier. Yeah.
Oh, you bitch. Oh, you. Okay.
Lift it a little more. Slide it in there. Oh. God. See, that was easy. Stud was like in my thigh the entire time.
Dude,
like,
the stud was in my wrist. I felt it in my inside.
my watch was holding it up. He was doing all the heavy lifting. And it all
Aye.
It's your workout for the day.
Oh. Leave it there.
Alright, just rolled down to JBA. Got a wild selection of cars out front. I've not seen like any of these, damn. Got Ethan in his Highboy, and he's got all the new Dynacorn sheet metal for his fastback. Not freaking bad, man. Hell yeah, dude. Sweet. Hey, big stupid idiot. You ready to spend a bunch of money?
Let's do it. I got good credit.
Not after this.
Not anymore.
Alright, so this is less than ideal. So this is the engine that's out of this. So this is the F100. I had this Mexican block built. I spent a lot of money on getting this thing, you know, to work. I ended up breaking a main cap in 3 spots, replacing it, having everything line honed, having it bored out, having everything done with this thing. Everything is brand new on this block. And I pretty much got told yesterday it's a $2,000 paperweight. So that's less than ideal. In the midst of everything, I found this. So my good buddy Corey had this thing on Facebook, and I'm insulted he didn't offer it to me before I put it on Facebook.
Out of another 71 too.
Yeah, so this is a 71 F100 302 out of my buddy Patrick. So it's tired, it's worn out, it's slow, it probably burns oil, all the goods. 2-barrel, completely stock. The only upgrade I see on this thing is a little Petronix flamethrower, which is ironically what I had on mine. So this is identical to what was on my truck and when it was factory bone stock. So this is the block that we need to fix that. So essentially we have all 40 over rotating assembly, stock 71 crank, forged rods, all the goodies, which we'll go over later. But my block is no good. So I figured just instead of spending more time and money just to make the little bit bigger caps work, I can just use this and I should have no problems with it. So pick this up from him. Corey was nice enough to bring it over, so thank you, I appreciate it. So we're gonna get this thing unloaded, get it on a stand, and pretty much tear it down, because the only thing I want out of this is, well, the block. So I get a little bonus, I get a little flywheel clutch, everything else. So we got a lot of stuff to tear down, but it looks like you already got this thing hooked up, so we should be able to just pick it up with a crane and then do a full fast tear down and then throw all this tiny port garbage into the trash. Alright, we got this thing on the stand, so this is pretty much where we're gonna start. So hopefully by the end of it we'll have something like that. I'm just gonna bulk tear this thing down. You guys have seen me tear motors down 100 million times. This thing is so complete, it still has fuel in the carburetor, so that's crazy. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of just start throwing parts away and ripping this thing apart, because the heads suck, manifolds suck, intake sucks, water pump's probably junk. There's just so much garbage that's not worth even keeping. I'll keep the carburetor, keep this, keep all these rear brackets that are a pain in the ass to find, and then other than that, probably just gonna toss everything. So let's rip this thing apart, see what we got. Alright, this thing's looking pretty clean actually. It's been rebuilt too, for sure.
I rebuilt it myself.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Why would you take my craftsmanship apart?
I'm sorry.
The fan sounds pretty empty.
It is not empty. It is not empty. Based on my trajectory, you're gonna miss that pan completely.
No.
Ooh. Oh, now it's dark.
This is a pretty good oil.
String light, maybe? I don't know. No, that's freaking good, dude.
That is some minty oil.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Mercedes will love that.
Yeah, it's just a day over here. Hey, you're playing Clash of Clans?
Yeah, for you.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thanks for doing my raids for me. All right, so check this out. One of the ideal things is being able to recycle like used oil and your car as fuel.
There's only a little bit of metal in it.
No, that was from the gear oil from the town car. It's fine though.
Yeah, it'll eat it.
That's
So
fine.
this is why you buy an old diesel.
So this is a 300D.
Whoa there.
That was almost really entertaining.
All right, so you'll stand over there.
Man's just lost his life and it came back in that split second, bro.
We're gonna turn this around, and you're gonna grab half of it, and I'm gonna grab the other half of it, so we don't spill it
Dude,
everywhere.
you got 6 quarts. You're gonna spill this. You're washing your car anyways, so
Yeah, the
this is
funnel's
one of
not-
those where you gotta dump it fast, otherwise it goes around the funnel.
Yeah, I think you got it.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Have you ever put oil in this car?
Nope.
So you don't put oil in the engine, but you put it right in. Oh yeah, look at all the metal. That's how you do it right there.
Yeah, it's extra compression.
Yeah, you want to make sure all the swirls are going right into the engine.
That's like 5 horsepower.
You're supposed to filter it, but it'll be fine.
Yeah, screw it. It's your car. It's mechanical diesel.
It has a filter. I'll change the filter.
Like, man, I'll do anything for this gallon of
This
oil.
is pretty thin.
Oh, there's all the oil in the bottom. Yeah, you might not want to use the last little
I'm not
bit. There's a
going
piece
to.
of metal right there.
Grab it.
Oh no! Oh, I got it. We're good.
Okay, we're good.
I got it.
Yeah, so hit me up for all your oil disposal needs.
This thing's gonna cheat, brother.
She's gonna love it.
Toby's just like, what am I watching?
It's an idea, basically.
Oh, she's getting all of it.
Oh, that was chunky, whatever that
Yeah.
was.
She's
that
getting
was
all of it. There's a sock in the tank. That I need
You gotta pull the
have
tank
you-
out to fix the center anyways.
No, I don't. The center comes right out the top.
Thanks for cleaning that. Wow,
Of course,
look at
here
how
you go.
sparkly it is.
Yeah, well, I left all the sparklies for you.
Thanks. Yeah, not a single one.
Oh,
of
nice.
those.
You made that
Got in
plastic
your
look
car.
new.
Yeah, I know.
There you go.
Wow.
Bottom of that.
Look at that.
Yeah, we recycled. Made the plastic look new.
Pretty good.
Oh, bust your knuckle.
Whoa, guy.
He
Calm down.
immediately busted his knuckle.
Hey, can you put those big muscles away from me? Come on. Come on. We got things to do. Let's go. Chop, chop. Oh, you're gonna whack. Oh, that was close. See that?
He already did.
Man almost lost his knuckle.
I already did.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Are all of those loose already?
I don't know. Well, I got a whole nother head to go. Oh, motor just falls off the stand. Bing!
Flex received, Marty. Flex received.
It's even funnier if you just sheared one of the bolts off in the block.
Hilarious.
The only part of the engine I actually need, you would break it off in there. You would do that. So we got, I think we got some high compression pistons in this thing. Hey, nice hat. Nice hat. Where'd you get it?
I got it from D. Craig.
Oh god, I'm fucking spilling.
Dude, it's got flat tops in it. It actually has flat tops in it. Wow.
Sorry.
Alright, so this is the cylinder head that came off it. It's a D5 casting. And it's actually pretty clean, like for the most part. Valves look good. Not like a bunch of carbon buildup. This thing was actually ran pretty good. So good on you, Patrick. This thing actually is pretty damn good. Stem seals look good. So someone definitely went through these at one point. And this is a good cylinder head. Like I would be comfortable dropping this right on an engine if I was gonna build, you know, 180 horsepower stock 302. So good deal. But yeah, they're good. But yeah, kind of interesting on the pistons. I thought they would have had a big compression relief right there. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, I have a bore gauge, dial bore gauge. We're gonna check the bore and roll it over and see how high the deck comes up on the stock piston. Take a bunch of measurements and keep pulling it apart.
This way, because there's something in there.
All right, I'm convinced that this thing was like, there's a valve train, like a flat in a cam or 2-barrel or I don't know. Cause I mean, look at this. Comes all the way almost to the top of the deck.
Yeah.
Flat tops,
There you go.
which look like they are.
Right there.
God, it's hard to tell. I don't know. That's
This one you can kind of see the numbers on it. Let me get this one up.
It's probably 30, but I got a bore gauge. We'll just bore gauge it. All right, doing the walk of shame. I don't know what it is. I have the worst luck on the face of the earth with small blocks. You can't get any worse than me. I mean, I'm sure you guys can write me stories in the comments, but 4 different engines. I've had nothing but problems with bad machine work previously in other different shops. I've had mechanical failures. I've had tuning failures. I've had casting failures. And this one's it just keeps going. Check this out. So I should have known when I found flat tops in this thing that I was gonna have issues. So I don't know if I'll be able to show it on this lens. See if I can get it. So right there, right where my finger is. See, it says 040 upside down. Sweet, love to see it. So yeah, that's less than ideal. And when I take my bore gauge, which is set at 0 to the cylinder, I stick this in here like so. Look at that, yay. It's 45. So it goes up to 4, 5, right in between 40 and 50. We are right at 45,000. So this is pretty much another paperweight. I can't use it. So this thing's pretty much useless to me. I have a full set of fully forged Racetech pistons that the block must be bored to. There's a piston to wall clearance. It's very important. And this isn't gonna work because this is already too loose. So that sucks. Luckily, and ironically, this was a D1 F100, 71 F100 block. I found another one. I don't know how I found two. I found two in the last 2 days. So there's another one on Facebook. We're gonna hop in the Mercedes because it's basically a work truck. We're gonna go pick that thing up. He told me $400, you can get all the crap with it. I don't need anything but the block, but sure, it's a good enough deal and it's there. So I need it, I need to go get it. Kind of lost my ass on this one, but it's the way it goes. So we're gonna go ahead and load up in the car. Hopefully it's as good as it seems. I am bringing the damn bore gauge with me so I can check it. He says it's 30, it has 30 over pistons in it. As long as it checks out and I can get it to 40, that's all I want. I just want to be able to use a block. So hopefully by the end of the day, we'll have a good block ready to go to JB on Monday. So, alrighty, package has been secured, Slurpees have been secured, our new trash bag engine is secured. Now we're going back to the shop and figure out if I can actually use this damn thing. So, yeah, let's go. Alright, so we have made it back with the new engine. So this is number like 5 or something stupid like that. So yeah, let's get this thing on the stand and then I guess get rid of this one because this is not going to work for what I'm using it for. It's a good engine, there's nothing wrong with it, just I can't use an engine that's already bored 40 over. I need to bring it to 40, so. Sorry little buddy, it was fun while it lasted, but I guess we're going to try another one. Round 2, another stock 302. Alrighty, time to dive into this thing. I did notice, well I didn't notice at first, that's broke off, so that's ideal. But like I checked all the mains before we bought it, all the main caps look good. It did have a good score through all of them, so I believe something got passed somewhere in the oiling system, and something went through this bearing, this bearing, this bearing, this bearing, this one. Because there was a line pretty much in the center of almost every single bearing. So it ate something at one point, but the rest of this thing looks pretty damn good. So I'm gonna have Marty go ahead and tear this thing down while I edit today's video and see what we have. So we'll lay it all in a box and we should have one good rotating assembly, and then that one I guess I'll just clean up and sell at this point. I have 5 302s. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another block and there's one in my office. So I have a problem. But, Alright, I've already got the pistons taken out and everything, and the good thing is so far this one has a, you can kind of see this thing has, it goes up to 60, what is that, 63, 64? So it's got a 32 degree swing, or 30, not 32 degree, 32 thou swing. So it's 32 over, looks pretty good, which is nice. So everything checks out, and all the bearings you can see look good, which is really awesome. So pretty much at this point, just kind of inspect everything and it looks pretty good. So freeze plugs, cam rings are good. It has a sleeve. So somebody put a sleeve in at one point, which isn't the end of the world. So yeah, what the hell are you guys doing over there? But yeah, so I'm gonna get this thing cleaned up and dropped off to JBA, get all this hideous, nasty blue off. It's completely the wrong color, and make it nice and pretty, and yeah, make it work. Alright guys, well there you have it. I don't know why we went to JVA and we got the block unloaded. You know, generic stuff, we've done this a million times now at this point. I didn't film anything there, but the block is at JVA getting worked on. It should be back this week. So I'll see that, and we'll be basically throwing this thing together as fast as I can to get this thing back in the truck. So 5 engines in 1 year's time from, I guess, whatever it is, May to May. That's pretty much how many engines I've gone through in this thing. In iterations and parts and pieces. It's taken 5 different blocks to get this right. And I want to make something very clear. I did say that this Mexican block was a paperweight. It's not. Neither of these are paperweights. These are both still really good engines, but they're both at 40 already. So it's just in my case where I have a very specific piston to wall clearance, I cannot have loose tolerancing on a forged piston. So I cannot use them. They're great if you want to build a very basic 40 over engine. Awesome motors, nothing wrong with them. So I will be selling the Mexican block. I will be selling this one with the flat tops in it, and they will be going, that one I would just drop in. I wouldn't even do anything but put bearings and an oil pump in it, and that one should run just fine. But so I'm gonna pick this video back up this week where we get the block out from JBA, get the hideous blue off of it, and then start hanging pistons in the crank and the rotating assembly in this thing. You guys are not going to want to miss some of the absolutely amazing parts and companies that we have on this build. New transmission, clutch, flywheel, drivetrain, crank, rods, pistons, the whole 9. It's going to be a badass engine. This thing will absolutely turn an insane amount of RPM and work and stay together this time. That's the goal. So that being said, I hope you guys did go on and enjoy today's video. Drop a like on it if you did. The F100 is back in the mix. I know you guys are excited about that. And with that being said, don't forget to go down in the description, click the link, and check out the Fox Lady merch. That stuff will not last, I guarantee you. So check out all the updated pricing and everything on there. And grab yourself something. Support me in the builds. It goes a long way. I really do appreciate all you guys watching and supporting. That being said, I'll see you guys in the next video with the F100. See you guys.